divide us, and that's how they get all these good people, again, to do bad things.
You are a media entrepreneur, and for sure for this kind of plan, media played a major role. And we saw that these messages were the same all around the world. And I know that they were coordinated. What is your opinion about this role of media in this pandemic?
Well, people need to realize that the media has nothing to do with news. It is a mouthpiece of these dark agendas. And I mean all the mainstream media channels, Fox included. And so be very, very careful. Every now and then they sprinkle in a little bit of valuable information, but they have to do that. It's like all of these false charities, NGOs, that they always do a little bit. You know, we saved some woman with breast cancer, but you know, it's like 3% of their funding and their work actually go to that, and the rest goes into their pockets. And so media is no different. Media has been, you know, back in the day, it was about informing the people. But they understood that information is where all of this starts. And so little by little, all the media channels were, true journalists were fired, and they were replaced by actors. And these are just simply people that are willing, for whatever reason, to go into their office, and usually the reason is because they make, you know, 20 million a year. And some people are for sale that way. And they go into an office, put on makeup, sit down at their desk, and they'll read whatever's on the teleprompter. They never stop to say, wait a minute, how do we know this is true? And I don't agree with this, and this could be harmful. They just say, whatever is on that teleprompter, I'm agreeing to read it as if it's news. And what most people don't understand is, when you've seen these montage videos of the media repeating all the same script, it's because everything's been consolidated. There's a monopoly on the industry. And so whereas before there'd be all these independent private stations reporting what they choose to report, which is the way today it's happening with, say, independent podcasters. Not too many of them are fully controlled. They get to say what they want, at least the good ones. You know, those are the ones that are going against the stream. And so, but these conglomerations, there's a central headquarters that streams to all the teleprompters pretty much the same talking points. And that's how you get all the people saying the same thing, because it's not independent anymore. You know, it's like the Great Oz is the voice, and all these people are speaking on behalf of the Great Oz, telling people whatever they need to hear to stay in compliance with the agendas. And so the upside to this, and I always try to find the positive in everything, because I ultimately believe that that's one of the greatest tools that we have, is our ability to choose what we do with the information we receive. It can tear us down or it can lift us up, even if it's negative information. So I'll show you what I mean by that. In this case, that sounds negative. We're being lied to on every media channel. But the upside to that is truth has never been more easy to find, because now all we have to do is tune into the mainstream media, listen to what they're saying on loop. Whatever they're repeating, that's the lie. And typically, the truth almost every time is in the opposite direction. So when they're telling you that is a horrible person, they're usually someone who's fighting against their corruption. When they tell you that there is no cure, there's cures, right? So whatever it is, it's easy to find. So now if we just know how to use what they're doing, their propaganda, and take it in and then transmute it, you know, like the art of alchemy, turn it into gold, then we can actually find that informed consent that we need to better guide our lives and better guide our children. And so, but it just depends on how we use the information that's coming at us. But mainstream media is the mouthpiece of these dark agendas, and they've done more damage to humanity than just about